A resourced woman is able to move from regulation to dysregulation in a point of arousal or activation, and then move from dysregulation back. Often what I hear from many women is that they are always regulated. Welcome to the Embodied Woman podcast with me, Rebecca Wilson. An embodied experiential space for you to drop deep into the wealth of wisdom within your being and activate a fuller, richer you. I am a feminine awakener, thought leader, embodied business doula, sacred business midwife, healer, and all-round medicine woman. I am here to guide women deeper into their essence and power, to activate their life force, awaken pleasure, and support them to live an embodied life. I will help you birth your visions, dreams, creations, desires, and sacred business into the world from an easeful, embodied, and rooted place within. My work supports women to become more available for life, love, relationship, connection, creation, pleasure, and wealth. I will activate you into self-leadership and self-mastery to truly live an embodied and awakened life. Welcome on the journey, my love. Hello, love. Welcome to the Embodied Woman podcast. So good to be here with you. Today, I wanted to explore what does it mean to be a resourced woman? And how do we become women that are resourced? So being resourced can mean many different things to many different people. For me, it signifies attaining a state and sensation within my body of having the capacity to hold the experience of life that I am currently experiencing. To me, it is a state of being equipped and able to process the interactions and experiences that life brings to me. Becoming a resourced woman is a deeply transformational journey. I know that it has been for me and for many of the women that I support. It's a journey that has invited us all to explore the essence of what it truly means to be grounded in our bodies, inhabiting ourselves fully, nourished on many different levels, aligned with our true essence and nature as women, connected to our inner rhythms, the waves of emotion that rise, our seasons and cycles, able to connect to and express our needs, voice ourselves in a clear and loving way, able to hold healthy boundaries when they are needed. It has invited us to explore a journey of becoming connected to the reality of our existence, moment to moment, to really, truly, and deeply recognize our current or the present moment energy, the resource that we have, and how best to spend that. And within that lives the journey of yes, no, embodied boundaries, and so on. At its core, being resourced is about having the capacity for life, an abundance of energy, and the ability to tap into the wellspring of our own being and our own vitality. It is a state we inhabit where we feel deeply rooted within, able to connect to our inner world and feel attuned to ourselves from that connection. Particularly when we are traversing the pathways of life and the ever-shifting landscape of our emotions and experiences as we live here on earth as human beings. For me, I can really access a knowing of when I am embodied and resourced, as I can access and arrive a felt sense of safety, stability, and steadiness within my body, a feeling of regulation. And that space for me feels full of energy and vibrancy. And it's not a place for me that feels full of energy like adrenaline or a historical feeling I would have had where it was this sense in my body or anxiety or adrenaline or a state that I would often in the past access when I was very disembodied. And I used to feel like I had an incredible amount of energy in those states, but it was an energy of survival. It was an energy of dysregulation, of ungroundedness, and from a place of disconnection and disassociation from my body. When I am resourced and rooted, the energy that I experience, the fullness, is much more grounded. And it has this greater swell in it rather than an uprising. And that's the only way I know how to describe it. Now, regulation is something that we often hear about, but what is it truly to be regulated? So regulation in the context of our nervous system refers to a state where we are fully present, able to engage with the world around us. It's a place where we are able to find ourselves feeling grounded, connected, attuned, curious, and creative. It's a place where ease and flow can move through our bodies and energy fields. When we inhabit this place, when we are embodied in a regulated state, we kind of begin to experience life's daily interactions from a place of calm and presence. We are able to be deeply present with ourselves and therefore others and life when we are in a regulated place. The opposite of regulation is dysregulation. And this is a state where our nervous system reacts in various ways. The responses are most habitually fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. These will most likely have been habitual nervous system states and dysregulations that we will have moved into as a child. We may have learnt them from our external world. And they're the reactions that we arrive into in life's more challenging moments. Maybe where we felt a feeling or an emotion that's felt uncomfortable, we've not able to be sitting with the discomfort, when we felt pain or upset or trauma. It's a very natural and much needed response for our body when we are in times of distress, pain, or threat. Often, many of us stay stuck in these loops of dysregulation for days, weeks, months, and even years. We begin to only experience life through this dysregulated place. When we arrive into this state, in the present moment, it's often triggered by unresolved emotional imprints or the past experiences we still have held within our body, our nervous system, our fascia, and our vagus nerve. But we can also become dysregulated when we're trapped in those future-focused states of anxiety and worry, when we constantly live in the feeling of what if, what next, Within the state of dysregulation, there is a lack of grounding available to the body, and a sense of contraction can begin to tighten within. It's very natural to titrate and move in and out of regulation and dysregulation. When we say stuck in the dysregulation, it creates a great sense of disharmony within our body. Our body is always wanting to find harmony and balance. And when we have stayed stuck in these loops of dysregulation for long periods of time, we use an excessive amount of energy on a cellular level. And we're often experiencing and interacting with life from a place of reaction rather than response. One of the biggest questions I get asked by women who step into journeying with me is, how do I get to stay in regulation? How do I stay regulated in the face of life's unpredictable demands? Well, the truth is, we can't. We can't stay regulated all the time. That isn't the natural design of life. Understanding the relative reaction or response to our external experience better enables us to understand our capacity to hold that experience and the level of dysregulation it is creating within us. The journey of resourcing and becoming a resourced woman is a journey of cultivating an awareness and a gathering of the tools that support our own unique bodies and systems to move gracefully from those regulated, dysregulated, dysregulated, regulated states again and again. A resourced woman is able to move from regulation to dysregulation in a point of arousal or activation, and then move from dysregulation back. Often what I hear from many women is that they are always regulated. They never feel triggered. Nothing activates them. But when we exist from that place, in that state, we are in a state of dysregulation. We're most likely in freeze or fawn, unable to access the fight response in our system, which is a very primal, innate, and necessary response. The more resource we're able to cultivate within our body deepens our recognition of when we've shifted into dysregulated states. So we're able to call upon the tools that work for us to navigate our way through it. These tools are often very simple and very effective. They could involve things like acknowledging our reactions, our nervous system responses, what has happened within our day, an understanding of our own trigger points, things that activate us, that touch wounds, things that open us emotionally, things that our nervous system perceives as threat or danger. Often, when we arrive into the state of acknowledgement, we are better able to begin the journey back into resource and regulation. In the moment that we acknowledge the felt state of dysregulation, we're already traversing the path back into our body and center. It is a journey of embracing curiosity. When we're in the state of regulation, we can easily access curiosity, creativity, and nuance. We're better able to become open to explore our emotions, reactions, and responses with a genuine seeking to understand the root cause without the need to blame or shame, judge any aspect of ourselves or any others external from us. In this space of curiosity, we were able to ask ourselves questions Often for myself, I can ask questions like, what's triggered me here? What has happened in my experience today that has caused me to react in this way? How could I respond differently in a similar situation in the future? What old wound has been touched throughout this encounter? And what practices can help me right now to ground, calm, reconnect to myself? The body is so wise and always wants to support you on that journey back into steady, safe ground within. And so often the mind may not even think it knows what you may need. But connecting to the body is a sure way to receive the messages. Having a practice of exploring resourcing practices, embodiment practices, meditation that is from a form of embodiment, all support you when you arrive into asking yourself this question. Curiosity is a powerful tool when we're in a regulated state. It allows us to really dive deep into this inner world of self-discovery and therefore self-healing and integration. When we are resourced and open curiously and creatively to step out of any loops of habitual thought or story, better able to expand the moment and get really curious of what is truly happening here, we are better able to integrate old experiences and be present in the here and now. When we are resourced, we have the mental and emotional space to explore, learn, adapt, differentiate, rather than merely reaching out, reacting out of old story, habitual loop, and the old survival instinct that gets triggered. The more deeply we are able to cultivate resource as women, creates a more deep and lasting connection to ourselves, our bodies and needs. In the face of life's ups and downs and the many challenges we experience day to day, we become greatly equipped to navigate these from a place of curiosity, groundedness, and presence, remaining engaged, open, connected to our emotional landscape and the world around us. It is in this state of connection that we are able to heal the old wounds and traumas that our bodies have been holding on to, and maintain and grow a profound sense of self-awareness. We're no longer held bound within the ancient dysregulations, pains and traumas that have been locked into the body. As we have resourced ourselves fully to be able to turn back into regulation. The journey of becoming a resourced woman is a complex and beautiful one. It is a dance between chaos and curiosity, a path that allows us to navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace. It's truly a journey of acknowledging that life will always bring moments of dysregulation. That is part of the human experience. And we become to understand that resourcefulness is not about living a life of constant regulation. It is a journey of being able to and having the capacity to navigate the ebbs and flows of life's experience, grounded, centered, and rooted in an easeful and connected way. A journey of self-discovery and self-care that deeply empowers us to meet life's challenges with an open heart and a fully resourced body and being. This journey, this work is deep and it is embodied. It has been a profound and pivotal experience for myself in how I relate to myself, others, and the world around me. And this is why I have created and curated throughout my work and offerings this space for women to gather and resource. The deep embodied work guides women back into resource inside of themselves. And this is a journey of being able to have a greater capacity for life in all of its fullness. And therefore, you can become more available for connection, relationship, and all of your dreams and desires. If you are feeling the call to be guided deeper into becoming a resourced woman, I welcome you to join us on the journey. The Resourced Woman is a 3-week online immersion through the month of December, where we will gather as a community of women, all with the intention to cultivate steady ground, safety, and resource within. If your body is calling for more capacity to be with life, to live and inhabit from a place of response rather than reaction, to heal and integrate old wounds so your nervous system can relax and receive life fully, then this is the space for you. All the details are in the show notes. I welcome you to join us, my love. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If you loved this musing and sharing, I would love for you to share this episode far and wide. You can arrive into all of my offerings at rebecca-wilson.com. Links to dive deeper with me are in the episode notes. Remember, my love, you are here to be the fullest, most potent, powerful, embodied version of you. I am here to guide you into that. Hey love, I'm dropping in here to welcome you to join us in our online community membership, The Village. I created this space for women to gather, to return to themselves, to deepen the connection and the relationship with self, whilst held in a community of like-minded women walking the journey and the path of their own awakening.